Hey everybody, Chris here. Another week, another bunch of thrift store, yard sale, and flea market finds. Got a pretty good group of stuff. Probably gonna be one of the last good groups of yard sale stuff, as this weekend it was pretty sparse for yard sales, but the ones that did hit had some pretty good stuff. So let's get on into it. First thing, Saturday, just went to the one garage sale in my town. Picked up a DS and a bunch of games for $2, which was actually their asking price. Pretty good condition, has a couple dead pixels on the bottom, but that's not usually a big deal. Came with this little bowling bag, this protective case, this car charger, Guitar Hero on tour, Naruto Ninja Council 2, Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest, Pets Horses 2, Sims 2 Castaway, Sims 2 Pets, and Shrek the Third. None of those games are really particularly valuable, but probably get $35–40 for the system. Picked up another copy of Monopoly Deal for I think $2 at Savers. It's new. I only pick these up when they're new to check if they're new. They'll have these little pieces of tape, and you can kind of peek in and see the shrink wrap on the cards. Next, another yard sale on Saturday. Picked up this Walkman and this Walkman for 50 cents together. It came with headphones. This one had headphones, but they were broken. Pretty good deal. Probably get about $20 each. Picked this up actually at a thrift store with some of this other stuff. This is Metroid Prime Hunter's First Hunt. This is actually a demo for Metroid. It was in a GoldenEye case. I knew it was a demo. I don't know why I picked it up. I paid $4. It definitely overpaid, so that was a dumb move. But I'll probably just pack it with a system that I sell, so it won't be too bad. Found this Walkman for I think it was $3 at Goodwill. Sells for about $20. This crazy yellow one, Savers, $3.99. Probably go for about $40. Found another one of these blue ones at Goodwill. I think it was $1. Again, like $30. I got this iPod at a garage sale with that Sega Genesis and those games. I'll go over the games a little later. $4 for all of it. Already sold this for over $100. It's just a 1 gig, which is kind of crazy. This is I believe first gen too. So yeah, $100 already. Let's see, moving on. I got a stack of games here from the flea market. Diddy Kong Racing, new in shrink wrap. I paid $3. This was crazy. I'm gonna grab the other game. I actually found this. It was a disc only. This is a case I just had lying around. I found this floating around, and a guy said $2. I was pretty happy with that, and he asked if I had a GameCube, and I said yeah. And then he came with this, which is Mario Party 7 in shrink wrap, which is crazy. He said his friend left it at his house like forever ago, and he can't play because he doesn't have a GameCube. Goes for about $80. I paid $5 for the 2 games, which is like crazy. I was pretty happy about that. Picked up Lego Marvel Superheroes for PS3 for $3. Plus I picked up this Wii stand because the guy didn't have change, so I ended up paying $5 for the 2 of those. I have the case floating around somewhere, but I'll likely play this before I get rid of it. So then another yard sale. I picked up, I think it's the newest version of the Xbox 360. 2 controllers, power cord, and an HDMI cable, plus a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 for $75. Great deal. I think the controllers themselves are around $30 for the black ones. I'm going to keep it though. I'm going to replace that white one since this one has wireless built in. I haven't really done too much progress on my white one, so I'm not too upset. yeah, great deal, 75 bucks. He had a bunch of other games, but it was mainly sports. Kind of left the rest behind. It's one yard sale. I ended up spending a lot of money. I asked if they had any games because I saw they had some Rock Band stuff. They said they had PSP. They ran in. They grabbed this. This is probably the second PSP I've ever gotten. Thrift stores and yard selling. It's a PSP 2000, which is great because this is the one that hooks up to the TV. So I can finally start doing Let's Plays on PSP, and so I'm gonna keep that. It came with this stack of games. I also bought this DS off the kid's sister. Altogether, this was 65 bucks, which is a little steep, but it had good enough games, and I needed the PSP, so it was worth it. So yeah, pink rose, I think metallic rose DS works great. Came with this stack of games. Sonic Rush, New Super Mario Bros, Pokemon Platinum, Spore, which is actually kind of beat up. I might just toss it out. It works, but it's really beat up. And Mario Party DS, and then Final Fantasy 3 complete in the box. This is already sold for like 12 bucks. I think this is already sold for 40. Something called Chicken Shoot, which DSi Games is known to just like put out shovelware, so you know that those games are not valuable. And then nothing too crazy for PSP. Major League Baseball 2K8, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, which is probably the most valuable game at like $7. Prince Persia Rival of Swords, Lord of the Rings Tactics, which I think is another like $7 game. And TMNT, which actually I think is surprisingly, I think actually might be a $10 game. Depending on if anyone's still buying PSP games. So yeah, that was a great deal. Let me see, picked up this little tiny Sony radio. It came with actually, instead of a headphone, it had a speaker on a wire, but the speaker didn't end up working. I think it's about a $30 to $50 little radio. Works well. Picked up another Walkman at a yard sale. Sports Walkman seems to be the most popular ones. As you can see, that Sports Walkman too. They go for about $20. I think there's a few higher end ones. They go for a bit more. Pretty decent condition. Yeah, $2. It came with these tapes. These tapes aren't valuable, but I figured I'd show you. Bob the Builder. A new copy of What's in the Last Day of School. Some Scholastic Newton and the Big Mess. And an Ant's Day Off. So I'll actually probably keep those to use to test tape players, because I actually ruined my favorite Led Zeppelin tape testing some of this stuff, so which is a bummer. So yeah, I'm gonna hold on to Bob the Builder probably to test out players. Anyway, moving on, got this Lego Technic set Throwbot. I think this is kind of like the basically Bionicle before Bionicle. Yeah, it came to, I think it was like $3 or $4 at Salvation Army. Probably only get 20 bucks. It's not that rare of one. Yeah, also with that PSP bundle, I got the box and the charger, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, moving on. Go to some thrift store stuff. I got a copy of Key to the Kingdom from Savers. I think it was $6. It's actually gone down in value quite a bit recently. Last time I had a copy, I sold it for $80. I'll probably only get like $35, maybe $40 for this one. Missing one little tiny bridge, not a big deal. Definitely still a game to look out for. If you haven't seen it, there's a video online by Board James, the Angry Video Game Nerds board game persona. He has a video of this and a bunch of other games, which I think is why it became so popular a few years back and why it was going for so much money. It's pretty funny. Check it out. Got an in-shrink copy of Trivial Pursuit. I actually paid $10, which is kind of crazy. Probably still get like $35, $40 since it's new in shrink wrap. Got a copy of Battleground Crossbows and Catapults. This one is actually, it's brand new on the inside. I think they just took the shrink wrap off. Everything on the inside looks brand new. Everything's still sealed. It looks great. Got it for $3 at Goodwill. And this guy actually, I pulled it out from behind another game that he was looking through all these games. He had a ton of books. He was obviously a book reseller. He gave me the dirtiest look, and then he just like blocked the rest of the game aisle with his cart and his body like right in front of me. Super rude. And then at the counter, he was like, "Yeah, you're lucky to have got that, 'cause if I had seen that, I would have got it." And I was like, "All right, guy, whatever, I don't care." He's wicked rude. So I just kind of brushed him off. Yeah, with $3, I'll probably get about $100 out of it, which is cool. Moving on. Finally found a copy of Settlers of Catan that wasn't in Chinese or Korean. It's an older version, but it looks like it's in pretty good condition on the inside. I'll end up keeping this because it's actually a game that once in a while we'll play with friends when they have it. But now I'll finally have it. $1.99 savers. Moving on, I got Harry Potter Hogwarts. It's a Lego Harry Potter. It's about a $35 game. I haven't inventoried it yet. That's going to be a project. I usually don't pick up Lego games, but that one was worth enough to grab. And then Ghost Party, which is also known as Midnight Party. It's a pretty valuable game. It can be anywhere from $60 to $100 depending on the version, depending on where you're selling it. I'm hoping to get somewhere in the $80 range, but I might end up taking 60 or so for it. I got Sony, my first Sony Boombox. I got at St. Vincent's, which I never go to. But I picked it up for $3. The tape player doesn't seem to work, so I don't know. It's kind of trash. The radio works fine. If it had the microphone and everything worked great, I could probably get around $100 for it. I'm probably gonna try and just get 10 or 15 bucks. I also got some Guitar Hero controllers at Salvation Army and St. Vincent's. They were $3 each. I usually don't pick these up, but they've definitely gone up in value recently. I have a couple random dongles lying around that you need to use them. There are various versions, but it's all about the $40, $50 range. With the receiver, I think. I'm still a little skeptical about them, but I'm gonna see how it works out this time. Alright, moving on. Same Salvation Army. Picked up a Game Boy Color and these 4 games. I think it was $8. Got Wario Land 3. Donald Duck Going Quackers, I believe. Ultimate Paintball. And Pokemon Crystal, which is definitely I was really pumped to see that. It was just in a clear plastic bag in the toys, which is really surprising because they had all their PS2 sports games listed at $10 in the case. So it was really, really crazy to find this just in the toys for $8. Next, I got a Game Boy Advance SP. I think I paid $20, which is a little high. Works great though. Might have an extra charger for it, I'm not really sure. Probably get around $40, $45 for it either way. It's another link cable. It's always good to grab it. Grabbed this for, I think it was like 90 cents after my discount at Goodwill. Picked up a little Pokemon Silver Game Boy Color carrying case. 50 cents at the flea market. And then here's that Sega Genesis that I picked up for 50 cents. And here's the stack of games that I got for 50 cents that went with that iPod. So Super Smash TV, which is probably like $7, $8. RBI 4. Afterburner 2. Sonic 2. And a nice rattly copy of Mortal Kombat 2. Super Smash TV. Only actual valuable game in there. And that's just another Sega Genesis for my pile. I'm not really sure what to do with the pile. But anyway, got a Polaroid Express for $3 at the flea market. About a $35 camera eventually. And then I also got a Polaroid Pronto. Came in that bag over there. $5, a little much. Prontos really aren't too popular, and they're also not really that valuable. But I definitely wanted to grab as much from the flea market as I could since this was the last week for it. So I won't be going back there until next spring at some point. Definitely a decent grab though. I know I can get at least $10 for it eventually. Wiimote with the Wii Motion Plus built in, so pretty good. $2 Salvation Army. It was really surprising that they're charging nothing for the hardware, but charging $10 for sports games. I think this is $4.99 at that same Salvation Army. Xbox 360 controller. Now I have 4, which is great. And a white PS2 controller. I got this at Savers for $4.99. It's a little dirty, but I'll clean it up. This is about the only PS2 controller of value. I think it goes for about $15. Even if it doesn't, I definitely have enough PS2s that I can just pair it with it. Another Savers, I picked up Dark Cloud for, I think it was $2.99. This was actually just sitting at the counter in a basket, so I just grabbed it out of there. I was pretty happy about that. Only like a $10 game, but again, I mentioned in the last video when I picked up Dark Cloud 2 that it's one of my favorite series of games. Yeah, Star Wars Best PC. I don't quite remember where I got this. It was either Savers or Goodwill, probably. I think I only paid $2 or $3, which is the most I would pay anyway. It's about a $10 to $12 game. The codes on the inside, I'm not really sure if they're required for play at this point. But I've sold it before used and haven't had a problem, so. Alright, it's Saturday. I went to a thrift store at the end of my yard selling. I think I paid $13 for these 3 games. I got Warcraft 2 Battle.net, I got Ico, and I got a full copy of the Warriors for Xbox. Again, wish that was the PS2 version. Yeah, probably make like about $40 between the 3 of those. Maybe more. I picked up Godzilla Final Wars. I was just gonna buy this for myself and end up watching it. I ended up listing it anyway because I really don't have much room for DVDs and CDs anymore. I figured I'd watch it and get rid of it. Already sold, $6. I got to ship it out today though. It's like 2-day shipping or whatever. So I ended up making, I think, $10 on it. I only paid $1. And then I think this was probably one of the last yard sales, or one of the yard sales on Saturday at some point. Kid had a couple Wii games and a couple GameCube games out. I asked if he had more, and they just went and got another stack of them. I think I paid $15 for these 4 games. I probably could have paid less, but I don't know. It's perfectly reasonable. I got Metroid Prime with the bonus disc, a Kirby Air Ride, another copy of FX0GX, which actually was out when I got there, and then Super Mario Sunshine, which is really great. He had a Star Fox Assault case, but it was missing the disc, so I probably should just bought the case off him anyway for the future. But anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Pretty good group of stuff. Probably my last great yard sale haul for the year. Likely I'll still go out next Saturday, see what I can dig up. But yeah, so that's it. Like, subscribe, comments, share, anything you want to do with the video, and I'll see everybody next week. Bye.